Welcome to brand new GOSPOCAST, and it is the weekend edition. This week we started talking about a whole lot of things about image, and we started from the foundation and how it goes on, the old tricks, a whole lot of things. You can get all of that facebook.com/the Gospel Index one, or you can check it all out at our Twitter handle at the Gospel Index. GOSPOCAST continues right after this. Okay, welcome to brand new GOSPOCAST for today. My name is Ty and I will be your host for today. We're still talking about the image, and it's so exciting. It's so expositional. I don't know how to put it. You just have to go listen to some of this yourself. Today we're talking about the image, the corporate challenge, and then we're gonna take you kind of a little bit rundown of what we've done. We talked about that during the creation. Man was created in a special form, at the image of God. But look at that now. In Genesis chapter 1, God said, verse 3, God said, let there be light. And then in verse 5, 6, said, let this one happen, let this one happen. When it came to man, and that was the first display of corporate imagination. And that's the challenge. That's the thing that gave birth to us. It wasn't just let there be. Now, the Godhead came together. The Father said, let us make man. He was talking to the Spirit. He was talking to the Son and the Spirit. And there was imagination. He said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Now, we talked about here the sequences of mental picture. It's not just an image, a likeness. There's also other steps and series of things that happens with that image. And let him have dominion, let him be fruitful, let him multiply. Now, these are the things that goes behind every mental picture. It is not just the image, because what the devil paints to us and gives to us is the image, but to every image that is being shown in the spiritual or in your mind has a likeness and has functions and activity. So the devil could just paint an image to you, but unknown to you, the packaging is so sweet, but inside there's a likeness, there is a function, another function that if you begin to buy into that image, automatically you start acting out the other sets that are inside the image or the mental picture. So the Godhead came together, but that's the challenge. They came together to form man. And now look at that in Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. He said, and God blessed them. You see, I don't care how powerful you are as a single individual. You have to come to the point whereby you can walk with another person to the capacity that God has designed for us. And that is the challenge, because the devil knew that, and he started from the garden when he targeted Eve. He looked out for when she was alone, and he's been doing that till now, targeting people when they are alone, like a lion. In book of Peter, the Bible places him like a lion. And one of the things about lion is that he looks at the pack and he tries to single out a head or an animal that is weak, and then he targets that one alone, try to separate it from the pack so that he can get it. And that's been the old trick. We talked about it 2 days ago. That's been the old trick. And then look at this now. When we talked about the powerful thing that made God come down from heaven, the book of Genesis chapter 11, which is also the Tower of Babel, when God said that, it's important I read this out to you. He said verse B of 11 verse 6, and the Lord said, behold, they are one people and they have all one language, and this is only the beginning of what they will do. Now they will do, and now nothing they have imagined. So corporate imagination. The challenge now is, how do you get somebody to imagine what you're imagining and be able to agree with you and work? So that's the problem. Now look at the life of Jesus. In all his power as the Son of God, he had to bring people together to work with him to achieve something great, and begin to show them, begin to teach them, begin to open their eyes. In book of Luke chapter 24, the Bible says, and he opened their eyes, their imagination, to understand the scripture. So it becomes important that you have to understand that this is critical. That whenever that God gives you an image, a picture, or a vision in your heart, that the next thing you have to think of is who you're going to run into it, who you're going to work with, who's going to support you with it. And that's the challenge. Be it you're a parent trying to, a father trying to put out the picture and the image in your heart to your wife or to your children. Maybe you're a mother trying to put it down to your children so that they understand what you have in your mind. There's always the challenge, and that is what you're going to watch out for, because the devil is ready to bring rebellion, exalt selfishness and greed, and make it so difficult for people to agree together by having the same imagination. Remember, Jesus said God said in Genesis 11 what they imagine. So if we can come together to the point whereby we'll begin to learn how to overcome this challenge. Even in workplace, there's always a challenge of the management putting down the picture down to the lowest person in the organization. So it's always a challenge. And what God says, that is the power that we have. It was the way we were created. It is in us, and we have to go out and begin to get it done. God bless you. We'll see you next week.